We've reached the point in the summer where I just want to cook with fresh ingredients, make what I'm craving. So that's what this video is, making some things in the kitchen this week. We're going to start off with protein zucchini bread. And I got this beautiful zucchini from the farm. It was only $1. I thought that was a good deal, but then someone messaged me and they were like, that's not a good deal at all, but I thought it was. So we're going to start by taking some paper towel, laying it down, and then we're going to grate half of the zucchini. I basically took my protein banana bread recipe, and instead of using banana, I used zucchini and made some adjustments. And overall, I was pretty happy with how this came out, so that's why I'm sharing it with you. And grating zucchini is a little bit annoying, but then you're left with this very satisfying result. And then we just wrap it up in the paper towel and we can squeeze out the excess water. And then I'm going to pop it into a bowl to make sure that I have about 200 grams of the grated and squeezed out zucchini. That's very important. You want it after it's squeezed out, not before squeezing out, because then that would mean it still has water in it. So I'm going to put that to the side. We're going to work with our dry ingredients. I have just some plain all-purpose flour, and then I have some vital wheat gluten. If you know, you know I love putting vital wheat gluten in things to amp up the protein, and no, it doesn't turn it into seitan. Then I have some chocolate vegan protein powder. Honestly, I wish I had used vanilla, but there we are. I had some baking powder and then cinnamon and nutmeg, and just whisk this up to get all the dry ingredients incorporated. And then we're going to go in with some agave, or you can use maple syrup, whatever liquid sweetener that you like. And then I have non-dairy milk. I'm using Ripple. Use any non-dairy milk that you like. And then we're just going to mix this up. Now, when you're mixing it, it's going to become almost like a thick dough. It's not really a batter. See how it looks like this? But don't worry, because once we add the zucchini in, there's still going to be moisture from the zucchini that's going to help mix this all up. You'll see. So I added in my vanilla extract, and then I'm adding in my zucchini, and I'm slowly folding it in. And as you fold it in, the liquid of the zucchini comes out, and then it starts to look like this. So this is what we want. This is what it's going for, and it should be wet enough now. If for some reason your still is really dry, you can add in a little water, but because the zucchini has so much moisture in it, you don't want to add an extra liquid because it's very moist. Then I have a loaf pan with some parchment paper, and we're just going to kind of scoop and pour that in there. Like I said, it's not a normal zucchini bread batter, so don't be alarmed. It should look like this. Spread it out as best you can, and then I sprinkled some cinnamon on top. This goes in the oven 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 55 minutes to an hour, or until a toothpick comes out clean. And the consistency of this is slightly different than normal zucchini bread because we have it more proteiny, so don't be scared if it's just a little bit different. And then sticking in my toothpick, coming out clean, perfect, good to go. Gonna let this cool for half hour, 40 minutes, and then I remove the parchment paper, and we're just going to cut it up. And this was so delicious. It's a great way to incorporate some extra protein while enjoying a baked good, and it's really yummy. Like I said, I do wish I used vanilla protein powder. I think the color would have been a little bit better. It was a little bit brown, but that's okay. It was delicious. And keep this stored in the fridge because mine did get mold after a few days, which was very sad, on the counter. Next up, we're making a peach salad. And I had this leftover corn from dinner, so I was like, all right, let's use this. Let's get some corn pieces going. I love cutting cold corn like this off the cob. It's always so good. And this corn was so sweet. I got it from the farm as well, and it was like the perfect corn. So I cut that up, and then I really wanted to just keep this very simple and very summery and very light, and this was absolutely delicious. So after I cut the corn up, I'm putting it into a bowl that I have off camera that you can't see. No big deal. Then I have some peaches. I also got these at the farm. It was a very good week at the farm. Okay, I got a lot of things. And I'm just going to slice the peaches. That was kind of what I thought would look nice and pretty. And I think this salad is so fun. It would be great for a party, get together, just because it's so light, but it also is so flavorful. So just slice up all the peaches. You can also use a nectarine in here. That would be so delicious. And then I have a cucumber, and I'm going to peel it because this is just a regular cucumber, not like an English or a Persian cucumber. So I'm just going to peel this first because I don't want that skin. Then I'm going to cut it in half, and I'll scoop out the seeds. And you could just eat these seeds. It's really not that big of a deal. I just didn't want them in here. I like it when this kind of cucumber is sliced like this. That's just what I like. So then I'm going to flip them over, and I'm just going to make little cuts of the cucumber. And I think they're so pretty. They're little halved out pieces. They look so cute. We'll pop that in there as well. And then the last thing we're gonna do is just chop up some basil. Not a lot, only like 3 to 4 leaves. I don't like an overwhelming amount of basil personally, and if you want to skip the basil you can, but I do think it adds a little nice flavor in there and it looks pretty. It's very summery. We should be using basil right now. So these are all of our veggies and the fruit prepared, and I'm just going to mix this up. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil, and then we're going to do some balsamic vinegar, salt and pepper, and that's it. Super simple, super easy. We're just going to let the flavors of all these fruits and veg speak for themselves, because this is the perfect time of year to enjoy a salad like this. And I was really happy that I made this. Like, I was thinking about it and I was like, oh, should I not make it? Should I make it? And I'm so glad I did, because it was just absolutely delicious. I had half of it with my lunch and half of it with dinner, and it was so good. And if you wanted to sprinkle like a little vegan feta on here or add in some nuts, that would be really yummy as well. Okay, next up, I have been thinking about those veganized TikTok COCOWHIP things that people said were full of protein, but they really weren't full of protein. So I've been thinking about those, and I've been thinking about making them again and how I can make them a little bit better, higher protein. So I started off with the COCOWHIP Lite, just instead of the regular one. Then we're going in with PB2. I love COCOWHIP and PB2 together. It's seriously so good. If you've never just mixed the two on their own, they're delicious. So instead of doing protein powder, I'm doing this combo. And it was a little hard to mix together at first, but eventually with some patience we got there. So don't be alarmed if it feels like it's not going. It'll go eventually. And then just the same way as before, we're going to take graham crackers. The Nabisco graham crackers don't use any honey, so they are vegan friendly, so you can use them, or you can use a different brand that is vegan friendly, whatever you like. And then I'm going to spread that COCOWHIP mix on top. And then I decided to just try to like amp up the protein a little bit, that I was going to sprinkle Catalina Crunch on top, and then just to get some fruit in there, some frozen raspberries, or well, they were raspberries and then they froze when we froze this. And I was really happy with this. I was happy with how it came out. It had better macros than the original COCOWHIP slice. And I love having these little frozen treats around. So the original COCOWHIP slice, I believe, was 200 something calories and 4 grams of protein. I can't remember exactly the amount of calories. It was over 200 though. And then for these instead, the same serving size, this is 175 calories and 6 grams of protein. So listen, it's still a dessert, but we made the macros a little bit better, only because this was advertised as a protein dessert, and I personally did not think this was a protein dessert, so at least I got the protein up a little bit. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I wanted to make this. I wanted to try it. Stuck it in the freezer overnight. It was the next day. I literally filmed this in the morning before I went to Pilates at 8 a.m. because I was thinking about them. I was like, I just have to see it. Like, I need to see it. I need to cut it. Putting the parchment paper there is very helpful. That way you could just peel it off. Parchment paper, silicone mat, something. And then you can, of course, cut this up into as many pieces as you like. I felt like 8 pieces was nice, so I just cut it in half and then made some rectangles. I mean, again, if you want to make it into 9 pieces, cut it into thirds, you know, whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter. And I love this with the frozen raspberries on top. It was actually bringing me back to like 2017 Instagram, because as I was taking the pictures of the raspberries, they started to defrost and get that little bit of light pink on them. And back in the day, people used to love putting frozen berries like this that were slightly thawed on top of smoothie bowls. So it instantly brought me back to then. And like, look how cute these look. They're beautiful. They were yummy, kind of giving peanut butter and jelly vibes a little bit, not entirely, but with the berries, with the peanut butter, the Catalina Crunch, it was just really good. I like this version better, to be honest. Now, I've been thinking about Nature's Gatorade. Okay, I've been thinking about it. I wanted to make like another version, so I'm making a lemon basil. I like calling them refreshers. I don't know. Nature's Gatorade is like whatever to me. So I had a lemon. I rolled the lemon out, and I'm using a sieve to squeeze the lemon into the blender. Now you're probably thinking, why are we using a blender if these are very liquidy ingredients? We're going to add in some basil, so it's going to break down the basil, and blending it just makes it a little bit frothy, a little bit fun. So if you want to leave whole leaves of basil in there, you can, but I wouldn't recommend it. So we're adding in the basil, then we're going in with the coconut water, then we're going to go in with a little bit of agave, or again, you can use maple syrup. It's just like whatever you have on hand. And then we need some sea salt. And this drink was amazing. Okay, I didn't have high hopes for it. I was nervous about how it was going to come out. I didn't know if that was going to be too much lemon. Like, I just didn't know. But It was so delicious. So I blended it up, and first of all, look at the color. It's like a beautiful light green, sort of like a limey green. It's so stunning. It's so beautiful. The basil blended up perfectly. Pouring it over ice, how good does that look? Like, don't you just want that right now? I want it right now. And then when I drank it, I was like, whoa, because I got with the lemon and the basil, not in an overpowering way. It's not overly sweet. You get that little bit of salt. It reminds me slightly of the cucumber mint lime one that we originally did, because it has similar notes in there. Add a little piece of basil on top, and look how beautiful that is. I mean, come on. So beautiful and easy to make. Okay, finally, I've had this on my mind. A shaved veggie and tofu sandwich, and I've been wanting to make it, so I did. So I started off with some zucchini that I'm making my zucchini ribbons with. This was the other half of the zucchini from the beginning of the video, so we're bringing it back here. Full circle moment, guys. And you can make, 10 to 12 strips, however much you want. It doesn't really matter. It's a sandwich. You decide. You decide. So then I took a carrot, did the same thing. I probably should have peeled the carrot. I did not. I just kind of made peels and I lived my life, Then I did a radish, and in doing this, I did slice my thumb. So there's a band-aid in the next clip. And then I took some red onion, and then I just sliced that. And look at these beautiful vegetables. I mean, gorgeous, stunning, beautiful. Taste the rainbow, Okay, then I took Big Mountain soy-free fava bean tofu. I love it for the protein. Now, I wasn't sure if you could eat this raw, so I did air fry it with a little bit of salt. My original intention was to just have raw tofu on there as well, but I don't know if you can eat this raw. It does say to cook it to 170 degrees, so I wasn't sure. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna air fry it. 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 minutes. It's so simple, so quick, and a little salt on there. Easy peasy done. I toasted up some bread. I'm using a low-calorie bread. You don't have to. Use a sourdough or something more fun. Do what you want to do, okay? Then we just layered everything up, and then in between each layer of vegetables, I added some of this Bragg's oil-free vinaigrette. It's actually really good. Not that I'm oil-free, but it is really good. So then I layered on my veggies, added some balsamic glaze, added some salt on top, and I was really happy with this. I was nervous to cut it, but I think it came out beautiful, and it was really good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is what I made this week in the kitchen and kind of what I was thinking about, craving. Recipes are in the description box, and thank you guys so much for watching and being here. I'll see you soon. Bye.